I'm going to do my best to make this video quick, but I wanted to share a little learning experience. If you notice this little guy on the right-hand side of the screen who is smaller than all the rest, you might logically think he's the youngest. In fact, he is actually the second oldest in that pen. From over here you can see he's almost invisible over there. He's significantly smaller. He's begun to grow better, but I wanted to share what I've learned. What I learned this year is that the more bucklings you have, the more rapidly they mature sexually. That is the reason we then need to separate them from the doe's barn, because they can and will get their own dams and their own sisters pregnant, and that would not be good, especially because the doelings are still so small. Either way, it wouldn't be good though, so they have to get pulled out as soon as you realize that they can manage an erection. And that was when he was pulled out. What I didn't know, because in previous years we had less bucklings, is that the more bucklings there are, the more rapidly that seems to occur. So he was only 5 or 6 weeks old. Because I didn't know that, I hadn't given him a bottle at birth. We dam race, and typically in the previous years, they were 7 and 8 weeks old when we needed to pull them out. And so I wanted to share that information because had I known that, I would have immediately given every buckling a bottle at birth. So from here on out, we'll have bottles in the birthing kit. They will still nurse off of their dams. They'll still stay with their dams until they're a pregnancy risk to their sisters and their dams, at which point they'll be pulled. But 2 of my other litters, just by happenstance, they were very large litters. And so this year I did give them quick bottles at birth to make sure that everybody got enough colostrum, because they were 4 and 5 in those 2 litters. Well, thankfully that experience occurred, because when it came time and I needed to pull those bucklings out, they immediately took the bottle. So I realized, okay, if they get a bottle at birth, then when we need to separate later, they will take a bottle. The little one, I did try to get a bottle, and he acted as though I was trying to kill him. And we tried for multiple days. I got every other buckling to take a bottle. I could not get him to take a bottle. So he has now begun to grow, and he's actually kind of catching up as he's taken more of his own hay and his own grain, both of which he was taking. In the very first week of life, we make sure that the kids go into the milking parlor and eat from a big round pail with their kids, so that the kids know what grain is. And everybody always has free choice hay, so of course the kids are taking hay, but he was not at a point where I would have wanted to wean him. I just did not know that we were going to need to pull him at 5 weeks. And so from here on out, my birthing kit will include bottles, and we just pull the dam's own colostrum. I said that funny. We just pull their own colostrum and give them, a tablespoon or so. And from here on out, we'll do that with the bucklings for the first couple days, just to ensure that if and when we need to separate them, they'll take a bottle.